When you think about the future of cybersecurity, your mind probably jumps to some brand new sci-fi kind of threat. But 2026, it's shaping up to be different. It's going to be a huge year, not because of some crazy new danger, but because a bunch of risks that have been simmering for years are finally boiling over. And it's forcing leaders to stop just planning and actually start doing something.
This quote from Verpi Juusola just nails it. It's not about one single thing, it's about a convergence. It's like a perfect storm where all these massive trends in tech and risk are slamming into the enterprise all at once. And that collision, well, that's the challenge we're about to break down. So, here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about why 2026 is such a critical tipping point. Then, we'll dive into the three big forces that are colliding: autonomous AI, the quantum threat, which is a problem right now, and our old friend, weak digital identity. And finally, we'll get to the new mandate this creates for everyone. You gotta prove it.
All right, let's start with the big picture. For years, cybersecurity has felt like it's been all about what-ifs, right? Trying to guess what's coming next? Well, that era is over. It's no longer about just watching the road ahead. Leaders have to grab the wheel. These things that were once theoretical risks are now mandatory to-do items on your list.
So these are the three big realities smashing together. First, AI isn't just some cool tool anymore. It's woven into the very fabric of how cybersecurity operates. Second, the whole quantum computing threat isn't a problem for your grandkids. It is actively shaping data security policy today. And third, the oldest problem in the book, digital identity, is still one of the biggest, most common ways attackers get.
Okay, let's dig into that first major force, artificial intelligence. Now, the most important thing to understand here isn't that AI is getting smarter. I mean, it is, but the real game changer is that it's becoming autonomous. It's going from being a helpful assistant to an independent actor. And that changes absolutely everything for both the good guys and the bad guys.
And look, this comparison really breaks it down perfectly. In the past, AI was an assistant. It helped us humans spot threats way faster, but at the end of the day, a person always had to step in and make the call. Now, AI is an actor. It can literally plan an attack, make its own decisions, and carry them out with very little or even zero human oversight.
So let's be super clear about what we mean by autonomy. We're talking about AI systems that can just go. They plan, they decide, they act. And here's the crucial part. They do it using the legitimate tools and credentials already inside your network, things like APIs and service accounts. They're designed to look like they belong there.
And this is the real kicker. This is where it gets scary. If a rogue AI is using valid credentials to do damage, how would you even know? It's not going to set off the typical alarms. It's basically a spy with a top-level security clearance walking around your network completely unnoticed because it looks like it's supposed to be there. Now, let's pivot to our second colliding force, which builds on this: quantum computing. I know, we usually think of this as something way, way off in the future, but the risk isn't just about when these supercomputers finally arrive. The real risk is about what adversaries are doing with our data right now.
You have to get this concept in your head. Harvest now, decrypt later. It's as simple as it is terrifying. Attackers are stealing enormous amounts of encrypted data today. We're talking financial records, government secrets, company IP, you name it. And they're just hoarding it, completely confident that in a few years, they'll have the quantum keys to unlock every last bit of it.
So think about what that means. If you have any data that needs to stay secret for the next 5, 10, or 20 years, it's already at risk. The theft has already happened. All that's left is for the decryption to catch up. This completely flips the script, turning quantum from some far-off theoretical problem into a very real present-day data crisis. And because of this, regulators are done accepting we're keeping an eye on it as an answer. They want to see action. The path forward has 3 pretty clear steps. First, you've got to take inventory. You have to find all the encryption you're using. You can't protect what you don't know you have. Second, you build a roadmap to upgrade everything. And third, you have to be able to demonstrate real, measurable progress.
All right, and that brings us to our third and final pressure point, digital identity. Now, this isn't some new age threat. Nope, this is one of the oldest, most stubborn weaknesses we have in cybersecurity. The same old vulnerabilities with passwords and personal devices are just being exploited on a scale that we can't sustain anymore.
For decades, our entire security model has been built on passwords, these shared secrets that, let's be honest, are just way too easy to steal or phish. The huge shift that's happening now is moving away from that broken model and toward a passwordless future, one that uses cryptographic keys tied directly to your device. This isn't just a stronger password, it's a totally different approach that is, by its very design, resistant to phishing.
We're also totally rethinking how we handle personal devices. Bring your own device. The old way of trying to lock down and control every single employee's personal phone was a total nightmare for privacy and just a logistical mess. The new model is so much smarter. You just assume the device can't be trusted. Instead, you focus all your energy on isolating the work session and protecting the company data, no matter what piece of hardware it's sitting on.
So what happens when you take these three massive forces, autonomous AI, the immediate quantum threat, and these legacy identity problems, and you slam them all together? Well, you get a new mandate for every single organization out there. We are officially leaving the era of good intentions and walking straight into the era of hard evidence.
And honestly, this is the bottom line. This is what it all boils down to. It's not enough anymore to just say you have a plan. It's not enough to say you take security seriously. In 2026, everyone, from regulators to your customers to your own board of directors, is going to judge you based on one thing: demonstrable proof.
This means getting scrutinized is just the new normal. Organizations are going to have to show hard evidence of things like AI governance. They'll have to prove they have a credible post-quantum roadmap. They'll have to demonstrate that they're actually using strong, phishing-resistant authentication. These aren't just best practices or nice-to-haves anymore. They're becoming table-stakes compliance requirements. Which leaves us with this one final, really critical question. For years, pretty much everyone has seen these risks coming from a mile away. But you know what? That doesn't matter anymore. As we head into this new era, the only thing that's going to count is whether you have the evidence to prove you took action before it was too late.